This week on Lakeview Beat, we have a one-on-one interview with a local artist on the corner of Clark and Belmont. Cooper Turk is a young entrepreneur and visual artist, and today he takes his time to share with us his passions and accomplishments and new projects that he's working on here in Lakeview.
I'm Cooper M. Turek, and I'm 22 years old. My passion as an artist is not only to create, but to inspire others to make any sort of creation, really. I like art because it's really the one it's really the one occupation you can have to do the things an artist does, and have as much creative possibility as possible.
When did you figure out that you loved art?
When I was really young, and that's an easy question just because my dad was a painter or an artist. He went to art school, and my mom did too. But he worked at a graphic design place, but made some art on the side. So I started drawing when I was really young.
What does your art do for you?
It gives me something to look forward to every day, and something to focus all my creative efforts into.
How long have you lived in Lakeview?
Just since August. I lived in the South Loop up until then, and moved up here.
Do you think this neighborhood enhances or the opposite for as far as your creativity goes for artwork?
I really enjoy the neighborhood. I think it could enhance creativity because it's a really bright and just easygoing, enjoyable neighborhood. And there's bike lanes up here. It's a big plus.
Who is your audience?
Hopefully everyone and anyone. I really want to create art that can, mystify and give like little kids and old people like the feeling of wonderment.
What has been your greatest accomplishment as an artist?
That's a tough question to answer. Because I feel like my greatest accomplishment as an artist would be like a bunch of small accomplishments, and that just sums up to this one big accomplishment of actually deciding to be an artist. And but I don't know. I guess being in a few shows. I'm in one of Columbia's exhibits this semester. That's one plus. But yeah, I'd say a bunch of separate accomplishments adding to one.
When did you realize your art could affect social change, or when did you realize that your art could affect somebody enough to change their perspective? Or
I guess when I got into graffiti a lot, which was when I moved to Chicago, and I started doing a lot of stencil work around the city, and I really felt like that was something that was hopefully inspiring or changing someone's point of view.
And do you have a favorite artist?
That's a really tough question. Tom Friedman is definitely in my top one or two right now.
And what kind of art does he do?
He takes a lot of mundane, everyday objects and does really simple but really elegant things with them. Like he took 4,000 toothpicks and glued them together just so perfectly to make like a starburst that stands on its own, and it really just simple things. And a pencil shaving that's a 1.5 feet long. It's just it spirals down perfectly. Just really simple, elegant things.
That's neat. What projects are you currently working on?
Well, I'm preparing for the BFA show, which is the show at Manifest, which is the graduation ceremony for Columbia right now. And basically I'm just getting a lot of photographs of my previous work ready for that, and preparing to have a table out on the street, which will be selling some T-shirts that I've designed for a clothing company called Strange Clothing.
Can we find any of your work anywhere right now?
There's actually some on display in the Hoken Gallery in Columbia in the Honors Exhibition in the 623 South Wabash. I believe it's getting taken down next week though. But you can also, within the next month, strangeclothing.com will be available for purchase. T-shirts will be available for purchase through the website. And that's where you can find my work right now. But hopefully I'll have a portfolio website set up within the next month or so also.
Can we see some of your work now?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so what are we looking at here?
Okay, so this is like an 8-layer painting, if you will, because there's 8 layers of paint and plastic. So what I would do is, and this is all on found wood. I usually work with found wood. And
What do you mean by found wood?
Like wood that has been discarded or that I found like either in an alley somewhere, like by trash dumpsters, or the wood shop at Columbia throws out a lot of wood too. But this is a smaller version with a handmade frame that I made, or not handmade, but you know, that I handcrafted. But this is in process. A smaller piece of another layered resin painting.
Are those real crab legs?
Yes, they are. They were found on the 1212 beach of Chicago.
That's really cool.
And so yeah, this is done by just pouring wet paint and spraying spray paint onto wet resin. And resin is like a thick plastic that you pour as a liquid, and then it dries as a hard plastic.
What about your strange clothing pieces?
So these are the only 2 samples I happen to have in my house right now. And this is one that I've printed myself in the Columbia lab. But this is a bandana, or check, if you will, is what we call them at Strange. And this was cut out for a swatch. And as you can see, the green didn't match the front. These were all prototypes that we had to send back, and we're getting new ones within this month.
And when does your website start?
Within the next week or 2. Yeah.
Oh, that's great news.
We just got our tax ID number, so that's the last step.
Awesome. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.